2. Hello, my name is Anna. This is the hardest story I have ever told, but maybe someone out there needs to hear it. I cheated on my husband, and nothing in my life was ever the same again. I am not telling this story to make excuses. I am not proud of what I did, but I learned some painful lessons. And maybe my truth can help someone else before they make the same mistake. My husband, David, and I had been married for 11 years. We had 2 kids, a house, bills, busy schedules, normal life. From the outside, we looked fine, but inside, I felt lonely. David worked long hours. When he came home, he was tired. We talked about groceries, school, and bills, not about feelings, dreams, or us. I didn't tell him how alone I felt. Instead, I kept it inside. And that was my first mistake. At work, there was a new manager named Ryan, who was friendly. Funny, he noticed things. Did you cut your hair? You seem stressed. Everything okay? Your ideas in the meeting were really smart. Small words, small attention. But to me, it felt big. I told myself, it's harmless, just talking. But emotional cheating doesn't start in a bedroom. It starts with secrets. Soon, I was texting him after work. Then during dinner. Then late at night when my husband was asleep next to me, too. I laughed more with Ryan than I did at home. I shared my problems with him instead of my husband. And deep down, I knew I was crossing a line. But I ignored that voice in my head. One evening, we worked late together. We ordered food. We talked about life, marriage, dreams we gave up. I said, I feel invisible at home. He said, you deserve to feel special. That sentence broke something in me, or maybe it broke something I had already cracked. When he leaned in to kiss me, I didn't stop him. I wish I could tell you I pushed him away. I wish I could say I thought of my husband and kids, but I didn't. I chose a moment of excitement over years of loyalty. After that night, the guilt started, heavy, constant, like a rock in my chest. But instead of ending it, I continued, because affairs are not just about love, they are about escape. With Ryan, I didn't feel like a tired mum or stressed wife. I felt young, wanted, alive. But that alive feeling came with lies. I lied about working late. I deleted messages. I turned my phone away when it buzzed. And every lie built a wall between me and my husband. David noticed. Are you okay? He asked one night. You seem far away. I said, I'm just tired. That lie hurt more than any other. Affairs live in the dark. Bet. The truth always finds light. One Saturday morning, I was in the shower. My phone buzzed on the sink. David saw Ryan's name. He didn't yell. He didn't throw the phone. He just walked into the bathroom holding it, and his face looked like someone had died. Who is this? He asked quietly. My heart stopped. In that moment, I had 2 choices: lie again or tell the truth. I started crying, and I told him everything. I will never forget the sound he made. It wasn't anger. It was pain. Deep, broken pain. He sat on the floor and said, I trusted you. Not how could you. Not I hate you, just. I trusted you. And that was worse. People think the hardest part is getting caught. It's not. The hardest part is watching someone you love suffer because of you. David couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. He kept asking, was I not enough? I wanted to say, it wasn't about you. But the truth is, my choice still hurt him. Trust is like glass. Once broken, you can glue it back together. But the cracks always show. For weeks, our house felt cold. We spoke politely, like strangers. Our kids asked, why is Dad sleeping on the couch? I hated myself. Ryan tried to call. I blocked him. The fantasy was gone. All that was left was damage. I started therapy alone. Not to save my marriage, but to understand why I did what I did. I learned something hard. I didn't cheat because my husband failed. I cheated because I didn't know how to face my own unhappiness in a healthy way. Instead of asking for change, I escaped. People always ask me, did he leave? At first he wanted to. He said, I don't know if I can ever look at you the same. And I said, I understand. That was the first honest thing I had said in months. We started marriage counseling. Not because he forgave me, but because we had 11 years and 2 kids worth fighting for. Rebuilding trust is slow, painful, humbling. He asked questions I didn't want to answer. I answered anyway. He had bad days where he was angry. I didn't tell him to get over it. Listened. For a long time, I had to accept this truth. I was no longer the victim of a lonely marriage. I was the person who broke our vows. But something unexpected happened. As we talked more honestly than ever before, we started seeing each other again. Not as mum and dad. Not as roommates. But as to hurt people trying to decide if love was still possible. It has been 3 years. We are still married. Our marriage is not perfect, but it is real in a way it never was before. Here's what I want you to know. If you are feeling lonely, tempted, or unhappy, attention is not the same as love. Someone new will always make you feel exciting feelings. That doesn't mean it's right or lasting. Secrets are warning signs. If you feel the need to hide a friendship from your partner, something is already wrong. Talk before you break. I should have told my husband, I feel alone. I miss us. Maybe we would have fought, maybe we would have struggled. But we would have struggled together, not in separate beds with strangers in between. Affairs don't solve pain, they multiply it. I thought I was escaping loneliness. Instead, I almost lost my family, my self-respect, and the man who had loved me for years. David, if you ever watch this, I am sorry. Not just for the affair, but for every lie, every secret, every time I made you feel small. You didn't deserve betrayal, you deserved honesty, even if it was messy. Thank you for choosing to try. Thank you for doing the hard work of forgiveness. I know it still hurts sometimes. I see it in your eyes. I will spend the rest of my life being worthy of the second chance you gave me. If you are watching this and thinking about cheating, pause. That text message is not just a message. That lunch is not just lunch. Every affair starts with small steps that feel harmless. Turn around while you still can. And if you already cheated, tell the truth. Face the damage. Get help. Grow. Running from guilt only makes it louder. I am not proud of my story. But I am grateful for the lessons. Because losing almost everything taught me the true value of what I had. Love is not just a feeling, it is a choice, and every day now I choose it. Soft pause, deep breath. Thank you for listening to my truth. I hope it helps someone choose honesty. Before it's too late,